Today, I wanted to talk about social anxiety, mostly because a lot of my workbooks and information online is connected to people who have social anxiety or general anxiety disorders. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what social anxiety is, what it isn't, and then what are some of the treatment options. So social anxiety is characterized in the DSM as having marked fear or anxiety about one or more social situations. We're usually worried or concerned about having possible scrutiny from other people in a social situation. This might be certain things like having a conversation with someone that we don't know or someone that we do know that causes us considerable anxiety because we're feeling like that person might judge us. Other people have issues with like eating in front of people or drinking in front of people or doing other behaviors in front of someone who they feel might scrutinize them. And another one that doesn't necessarily mean we have social anxiety, but that does occur for people is performance anxiety. I think a lot of us get this, but if you are having it to such an extreme and there's also other behaviors included, then it might be a sign that you have some social anxiety issues. Usually the fear for people with social anxiety is that they will be in front of people and that they will have symptoms of anxiety that will be noticeable and that they will be evaluated or judged negatively because of this. Usually people with social anxiety are always feeling fear or anxiety about specific social situations. So it's not just a one-off type of thing. It's usually a consistent fear or worry about being judged or about being in a particular situation. So that's where being shy and having social anxiety are quite different. People with social anxiety will often come up with things that are called avoidance behaviors. So they might strongly go out of their way to avoid situations that cause some of the social anxiety thoughts or symptoms. And another identifying factor is that quite often, if these people are worried or afraid, it's out of proportion to maybe the level of threat that the situation poses. So if you were, for example, going to have a conversation with a teacher and you avoided it completely to the point where you would rather fail your course than have a discussion with your teacher that you need some support or help because of the worry about being judged, that would be an out of proportion fear or anxiety. I think to some extent we all have issues with social anxiety and we all have self-esteem issues. But if this is affecting your life so greatly that you're avoiding certain situations or going out of your way to really not do things or not interact with people, then some great treatment options are available. One that I really love is a therapy called mindfulness. I think mindfulness can apply to everyone, but it's really about focusing on the present, focusing on what our thoughts are, how our body is feeling, and being okay and content with some of that discomfort that we feel, especially with social anxiety. Mindfulness therapy really gets us to work on relaxation techniques, work on being content in the moment, and being content with how we feel. It's about realizing and being aware that threat occurs in our everyday life, but that we can overcome feeling threatened, and so accepting that sometimes we're not always comfortable and that that's okay. The other really great option that I think works well for social anxiety is cognitive behavioral therapy, particularly the aspect of CBT where we challenge our irrational or negative thinking patterns. So if we have excess worry about social situations and we've come up with things that are really far-fetched or exaggerated that might happen, then CBT works by almost challenging us to think about the worst case scenario really. We may end up being exposed to certain situations that cause significant anxiety and then rating how we feel before and after we've done each social thing. How this works is that it helps to teach you that sometimes your worst case thought isn't always exactly how things happen. And there's lots of information on CBT online, but if you are looking at therapists and you know that they do CBT, then that can be a really great option. Another great option if you have social anxiety is to check out some of my online resources and workbooks. I am posting the links below to those because they include a mixture of mindfulness and cognitive behavioral therapy that is specifically designed to help people overcome social anxiety. I hope that this video has been helpful, and if you have any questions or you want more information on social anxiety or social anxiety disorder, then let me know and I will try my best to help you out as much as I can. Thanks so much for watching, you guys.